The background on Life Teen, they've been around for about 20 years. They have, some of you may have heard of them.
They used to be here. We used to have a Life Teen here.
I think Mr. Anderson used to use the Life Teen curriculum. And some of you have volunteered with Life Teen before, so you're already familiar with it. It is the most popular youth ministry curriculum or program in the United States. And it is, I cannot speak for what it has, just go right here. I cannot speak for what it has been in the past. It has a reputation. Some people think it's not orthodox because they use the program at parishes where people aren't exactly orthodox, and that's a shame because look at their website. I mean,
Can't see it.
Now they are charismatic. A lot of the people there come from Steubenville University, which is very orthodox, where Scott Hahn comes from. But the charismatic movement is centered there too. So they like praise and worship music, and it's they're very faithful to the teachings of the Catholic Church. I will say that their founder was one of these guys, kind of like in the same vein of Father Karafi, who got very popular and kind of had a big fall. He's defrocked and he's out of it. But and just kind of like with the Legionaries too. That doesn't mean that the movement itself, it was not being used by the Holy Spirit. It's the same thing with Life Teen. So if you ever hear that, I just want to kind of give you a little preemptive warning that somebody may say something about that. The one thing that they do that I don't like, and it's not in really where the Pope has been encouraging us to go, neither of our last two popes, is they promote a so-called youth mass. A youth mass is where the music is supposed to be oriented towards the kids. In other words, it's saying that we need to make the music at Mass like pop music, the style of it. Of course, the words, need to be liturgically sound. Even they encourage that. But they're saying, get a band, get a Life Teen band, basically. Get a guitar, get the drums.
I almost got a cowbell.
Bet you could hit with a drumstick? That's right.
We ain't doing that. Sorry.
Thank goodness.
I have been to, back at my last parish when we started Life Teen, we visited the nearest Life Teen parish in Greensboro, North Carolina, and I took a few kids there, and they had been pretty well formed at this point. And for the communion song, it was Stephen Curtis Chapman, "Friends Are Friends Forever," and it was just this.
I love that song.
Yeah. I love that song, but communion, the focus is supposed to be Jesus,
right.
not like.
No, I agree.
It was crazy, and it was just it was the band. There was like 10 baby boomers and one teenager, and they were just jamming away like it was the 70s. So yeah. It's
don't diss the 70s. Those were some good times.
Yeah.
That's right.
I love the music from the 60s and 70s and the 50s.
And I'm going to fit into my bell bottom.
Yeah, they come back around, I think.
I bet they were really groovy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, we should have a youth night with like a 70s theme or something. That'd be fun.
Yeah, they would have no idea what we're doing.
I
This
know.
will be funny. The rest of us would.
Sounds fine. In that setting, it would be fun for the kids.
Now, praise and worship music is great. There's nothing wrong with it. All music has gone through a period where it was, criticized. There was a time even when Gregorian chant, said that people, I don't know, that's kind of... Now, I don't think praise and worship music is ever going to make it into the category of the sacred music. But outside of Mass and during Eucharistic adoration, bring it on. It's a lot of people like it. Maybe you don't. I used to like it more when I was a teenager. now I don't really listen to it at all, but I kind of like it at Adoration. But you know, you don't have to like it to be a part of this.
You're gonna hand out earplugs for the rest of us?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
The music itself is normally pretty good. It's just when you can't even yell over it,
Oh, yeah.
the volume is too
And
much.
you know,
Yeah.
the Archdiocese
Having
Youth
chaperones
Convention.
a lot of TV
Oh, I know.
dances.
So loud. I mean, it's ridiculous. But, you know, in any event, Life Teen, they call what we are calling youth nights. We're called what we call youth nights. They call life nights. So just a little bit of vocabulary. The reason we're not calling it life nights and we're not putting a big Life Teen logo on our website is because of the reputation it has. Being in this, you know, parishes that have used it, again, may have reputation for heterodox teaching, or maybe just bad liturgies, and I don't want that kind of rep going along with that. So, and I also don't falsely advertise for people that do like the praise and worship at Mass. I don't want them to think that's what they're getting. I don't want them to think we have a youth Mass, or the 5 o'clock Mass here is the youth Mass. So, anyway, all right. So this life nights are youth nights, and that's our basis for what we're using. Life Team. They're very, very Eucharistic driven. One of their first core value. They have their 7 core values. I didn't copy them. I made up my own. But you know, the Eucharistic spirituality. You can read more about Life Team here. But they basically are along the same lines of what we're looking to do. And I really like that they're into evangelization a lot. So enough said about Life Teen. And that also, their middle school component is Edge. So I'm excited about using that. It's what I use.
This is teens. This is
Yeah.
So this starts at 6th grade.
Yes.
Edge currently, yes, 6th to 8th grade.
Okay.
And we're calling those Faith and Fun Nights to distinguish it from the high school youth nights. Okay, here.
But once they get to 9th grade, Josh, they can attend high school.
Great. Of course, that's all going to be changing, and that's just what I'm going to get into. Before I do, I want to talk about these 2 components. These we're doing immediately, Life Teen and Edge. That's what we're here today for. These 2 components.
I'm a little confused.
Mhm.
First, I thought you said middle school was 6 to 8, and then somebody said, well, the 8th graders could be in the high
No,
school.
I said
So
no.
what is it?
It's 6. Currently, middle school is 6 through 8, and high school is 9 through 12. So,
Okay.
youth nights, 9 through 12, Faith and Fun nights, 6 through 8. Youth nights are Wednesdays from 7 to 8:30. Faith and Fun nights are the 2nd and 4th Fridays. So,
Wait, hold that for a second. Sorry, just trying to madly write.
no problem. Okay, so the other 2 components, how many of you were involved with the Challenge and Conquest clubs when they existed? So we're basically going to be doing something that's very similar to that, but that's parish-based. And the Guy version of that program is already up and running. Turnus, fratmusic.com. I don't think really. That's Latin for brotherhood. Fraternus, it's a few years old, but this is the male version. The female version is still in the works. About a dozen parishes in the south, are using Fraternus, and that's not the only reason why I'm excited. I actually didn't even know about it until I came here and talked to some people. It's very much set up like, it's almost like a cross between Scouts and youth ministry. It's all guys. They have what's called frat nights. A frat night, frat, short for fraternus, and it uses sports, it uses teaching the virtues of the saints. Yeah, they go on excursions, camping, stuff like that. And study after study after study has shown that same gender formation is much more effective than mixed. Not that you shouldn't have mixed, but this is a component that we're adding to the mix, fraternus. The girl version of this, the sororitas, is basically the same thing, but for girls. This is where we are right now, and this is how we're going to, I'll show you how we're going to integrate these programs. Again, senior high is grades 9 through 12, and we're going to call this the Ignite Youth Group. Junior high is grades 6 through 8, and we're going to call this the Sparks Youth Group. You know, kind of, and if you keep going, you need Oxygen for Sparks. We're going to start a new youth group next fall called Oxygen. So